Hey guys, today I'm gonna do Batman Year 1, which is a comic book arc immediately following the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths. If you don't know anything about post-Crisis Infinite Earths or timelines or DC reboots, I have a video on that. You guys should check it out. It explains everything very, very clearly. But today we're gonna do this amazing comic book arc by Frank Miller, which is called Batman Year 1. It kind of gives a good uh, first meeting kind of for the most important characters for Batman, which is Batman himself, Bruce Wayne, Gordon. We see a little bit of Alfred, not that much, but also Selina Kyle. Um, a lot of this comic is going to be made in the first Christopher Nolan Batman movie. A lot of the Gordon we see here um, is kind of going to be explored in the Gotham TV series. The Selena Kyle, I'm not gonna get into that, but it's a good thing they didn't follow with it. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't like it. I think it's a bad turn for a character, but we're gonna see it here. So the way this video works, I'm gonna have um, some images from the comic book. It's not all of them. I'm not just gonna read the whole comic book. I'm just gonna tell the story, and the images are just for like a helping visual aid, I'd say. So I really like the dates. Everything's dated pretty much. So we don't really see that anymore. So it opens up on Gotham City, and Gordon's coming in. We see his thoughts. We kind of get to know a bit about him. We know his wife's pregnant. We also Bruce Wayne kind of flying in. Um, then we have the cover, which depicts Batman's parents' murder by Joe Chill. And after this, we kind of just see the Gordon's first days as a cop and how he's not kind of the dirty cop that pretty much every cop in Gotham is. So that leads him in conflict with the commissioner and this other guy called Flash. So they kind of make vague threats towards him, but at some point they ambush him. And although Gordon has had good training, he still gets roughed up, and he kind of figures out who was behind this. Now we kind of move to Bruce Wayne, who came back after like 12 years, and we kind of see this scene where he's not Batman yet. He doesn't know how to be Batman yet, but he puts on a disguise, and this young woman of the night, if I could call her like that, he approaches her. Batman's supposed to be this. I mean, not Batman. Bruce Wayne is supposed to be this army vet. He's just looking around the city, trying to find its pulse, find bad guys. He's starting. He wants to do the cleanup that Batman's known for. Uh, then he gets beaten up. Uh, it's not because the guy had much of a chance, but the actual woman of the night, who is probably underage, we don't know that for sure, but there's a chance she could be, stabs him in the leg. And this on the right corner here, this is Selena Kyle, and she's a prostitute, and her character is supposed to be sexy and kind of have a free attitude towards sex, I guess, and be lascivious and all of that. But she's not supposed to be like a street prostitute, like a luxury escort. I would kind of understand that, but she gets the street prostitute treatment here. Um, so now we move back to Bruce Wayne, which is kind of bleeding. Uh, he's kind of didn't like the plan didn't go how he wanted. Then we get to see also Gordon beaten up, so that's an interesting parallel the authors use here. Um, then Bruce Wayne gets back home, and he has like an imaginary talk with his father, I guess. I mean, the father doesn't talk back, but he just like airs his thoughts, and this is the moment where the Batman idea is kind of implanted in Bruce Wayne's head. A bat comes through, and he also had a bat fear. in his childhood, and now he kind of sees this bat flying in as a sign, because previously when we saw him fighting with a dude, Bruce Wayne realizes he doesn't inspire fear, so he needs to become like a symbol which inspires fear. So this bat coming in kind of does that, kind of puts all the pieces of the puzzle together in his head. Now we move back to Gordon. With Gordon, um, he's kind of feeling bad about the whole beating he got and the corruption that goes so strongly in the city. And here it's kind of the first appearance of the Batman. We kind of saw him a bit there. He dresses up for the first time as the Bat, and now he gets interrupted. This was supposed to be like a no work kind of day, or night, better said, that he's gonna spend with his wife and his wife alone. But it doesn't go up as he kind of wished. And this is Flash getting beaten up by the Bat, and he's too proud to kind of admit, so he kind of exaggerates. Um, it kind of goes like the first attacks Batman does on organized crime and crime, and this is a very very important panel because prior to this we're introduced to this big I guess banquet, which is where all the leading men of the city are. So there's Carmine Falcone, which is like the big mafia boss in Gotham. Then there's the mayor, there's the commissioner. So there's everyone who has this enormous power over the city, and they're pretty much corrupted. So Batman comes in and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you have eaten well," referring to how they ate Gotham and everything, its resources, the will of its people, the hope, and he kind of declares um, his war against crime and corruption, and he's kind of becoming the protector of the city right now. So now they kind of tried, the GCPD kind of tried to lure Batman in different kind of traps. So they have like a woman being attacked by a guy, and like 5 police cars would be like undercover somewhere, but Batman doesn't fall for it. And now there's like they hatch up another plan and they kind of try to kill him. So it's Batman goes in to save this person who's in there, and the building explodes, and uh, it was just like a normal night. Batman was like beating some kids, so he's just trying to save this person right now. So he says, "Can I help him?" His utility belt catches on fire. He had some thermite there, and he still manages to escape because he goes underground. This I guess it's a room for like the electric wirings of the building. He gets kind of lucky, and he's kind of scared afterwards. The Batcave gets named. So this is the moment that is taken for the movie, the first Batman, the Batman Begins by Christopher Nolan, because here he's calling the bats, and it goes pretty similarly in the movie. So he's calling the bats as a form of camouflage and to get him as an escape route. There's a cat who kind of gives Batman position away. He kind of starts to be this SWAT team, and the bats come, and this is where like the Batman mythos is kind of gets its full power. We can also see he's been shot, so he's not fighting like at 100%. Then we get this interesting subplot. So this is Commissioner Gordon, and the blonde chick is Detective Essen. And so they kind of have a small fling together, which is kind of interesting for the Gordon character because it's not really the person you'd expect him to be, like a cheater. They also, like, Gordon also thinks that Bruce Wayne might be the only person capable to be the Batman, and SN also thinks that, so they talk about that. This is because Bruce Wayne just came back, and he, like, very rich guy, a guy who can do pretty much anything, shows up, and then like a few weeks later, Batman shows up. Here we see Catwoman and the little prostitute, I guess, the underage prostitute. We see them getting away from their um, pimp, I'd say. And now we get a little bit of characterization about SN and how kind of Gordon falls for her. And yeah, they just it's just like we get in the mind of Gordon, and there's a kiss. There's where he cheats on his pregnant wife. Um, we see Catwoman dressing up, um, which is kind of her first time doing so. Um, so we kind of see three characters popping up in this story. So there's Gordon, there's Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, but there's also Selena Kyle becoming Catwoman, and it's just like it's very good dialogue. Another fight. We fight so much, Barbara and I. She tells me I'm away too much, and just when I should apologize, I snap at her. I freeze up inside. Tonight, she called the office and I wasn't there. I was out having coffee with Sarah. Sarah, my god, I'm calling her Sarah now. It's all wrong. And Barbara's right, as always. So, just continuing, and right now I should be talking to her, begging her to forgive me for. There's just a pause. For the baby in her stomach. And the way that I'm thinking about Essen, that's right, call her Essen, forget how she felt, how her body and her lips felt. Barbara, I should talk to her. I shouldn't be thinking not about Sergeant Essen and not about Batman. He's a criminal. I'm a cop. It's that simple, but I'm a cop in a city where the mayor and the commissioner of police use cops as hire killers. He saved that old woman. Referring to Batman, of course. He saved that cat. He even paid for that suit. Batman, when he kind of escaped, he goes to like a store and gets a suit, and he leaves the money. Like the police later find the money on the counter. The hunk of metal in my hands is heavier than ever, and this is just amazing characterization because Gordon, it's torn apart, like the stress from having his wife pregnant, for moving to a new city, getting this job where kind of everything goes against his ideals. His coworkers hate him, his boss hates him. The press kind of gets a liking towards him because he's like this amazing cop who's like the hero of Gotham in a way. So the press kind of likes him, but everyone else hates him. Um, so the stress of all this um, made him cheat, and that also adds another layer of stress and of inner turmoil and torment because he kind of tortures himself over it. There's also this guy Batman showing up. Is he a good guy? Gordon thinks so, but he's not like within the limits of the law. I guess he's not authorized to do what he does. So it's just like it shows him so tormented, and it's amazing. So then, we kind of see we go back and to Gordon and Sarah, which is Sergeant Essen, and she was going to move, and she's just torn apart because she sees Gordon as an amazing guy that he should love to have. Gordon's an amazing catch, but he has a pregnant wife, and she kind of goes like, if it wasn't for her and her being pregnant, and it kind of drops off, but the idea is, would we be together? And then she's supposed to move. uh, Look, Gordon characterizes her, never get tired around her. She's quite a transfer. She lives in Gotham City. I'm in love with her. It's only the right thing to do. This is just amazing. But then there's this case of this guy who kind of gets out on bail, and then um, kind of lets that slide, and him and Gordon have a little bit of a fight, and then Batman comes in and really shows this guy. Look at how amazing this dialogue go. You can never escape me. Bullets don't harm me. but I know pain. I know pain. Sometimes I share it with someone like you. And this is just amazing dialogue. It's kind of catches the Batman character in just so, like, in a few sentences. You don't need like a long speech by Batman. Sometimes he just that concise, and he gets that Skeever's guy, the drug dealer, to confess about his links to Detective Flash, and yeah, that's the doing of the Batman, and we're kind of cheekily led to believe that Dent kind of planned that. Um, so this is Commissioner, and he's not really happy with what Gordon did, but now they have dirt on him, which is his relationship with Sergeant Essen. And we don't really know if, like, the story doesn't say if Sergeant Essen was in on this or it just happened that they get caught and photographed. Either way, it could be possible since the whole department hates Gordon. And they're also like kissing at the workplace, so it's not like they're or in the public street, so it's not like they're hiding too much. And now Gordon kind of goes on this chase for um, um, to find out if Bruce Wayne is Batman, and he kind of presents himself as this rich, smug guy who doesn't care about much. And now he's asking Alfred if his performance as this pretty much standard, rich, young, doesn't care much about the world performance was good. And now there's an allusion to Superman. I suppose you'll take off flying next, like the fellow Metropolis. Um, that was pretty cool. So it kind of establishes that Superman came before Batman, and this is the people, the other attorneys, prosecutors, um, grilling on Flash, but Flash doesn't really care because he knows he has his back um, defended by pretty much the whole city. But he does rat out everyone. So Commissioner Loeb is under strain. Um, so now we see Gordon again. He kind of confessed to his wife a few pages before about his relationship with Sergeant Essen, and now this is the end, and it alludes to the Joker. As for me, well, there's a real panic on. Somebody's threatened to poison the Gotham Reservoir. He calls himself the Joker. I've got a friend coming who might be able to help. Should be here any minute, and that's Batman. And this is how the story ends. And it's an amazing comic. I hope you guys liked this video. I'll certainly be trying to make more. I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna do the whole post-crisis to New 52 timeline because that's so much, that's so much content. That's like almost 30 years of content, if not more. So just imagine the number of comics I have to do. But I'm trying to go to the most important moments. I'm trying to do a lot of heroes. So I'm not just keeping to the big known ones. I'm trying to diversify. So we're gonna go even to Blue Beetle, to Animal Man. We're gonna do all these heroes. If the stories are good. So how, like, the stories themselves would kind of make me do the videos, unless you guys want something specifically done in this format. This is my first video, so I know it's not gonna be amazing. I know it's not gonna be the best work, but I can improve, and the way I can improve is by having comments from you guys. So telling me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would have wanted to see more of, what I didn't cover. If I went too fast with the story, if I wasn't fast enough, and gave too many details. So anything that crosses your mind, just leave it in the comments. And please like this video if you enjoy it, become a subscriber. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. I'm probably gonna do a video tomorrow. Thanks, bye.